Hey everybody, it's WarriorExo coming back with another video. This time we're going to be covering Eichenwald and Hanzo. I was thinking of making this video primarily about Eichenwald and how amazingly immersive it is and how it's easily my favorite map now, but I think I'm going to focus it almost more on Hanzo. We'll see. First off, you might have heard me pronounce Eichenwald. I think I'm pronouncing that right. My inner half German is saying so. It's German obviously, so the W is a V. The CH becomes a K. That's how German works because it's different than English. But the map is beautiful. It is easily the most immersive map. I've never felt more like I was thrown into a scenario before. Even with the cities and even with all the other amazingly beautiful maps. This easily has to be the best when it comes to immersion. The only one that I felt I was really close to this immersion was Volskaya Industries with the background and with the production. I feel like that's probably my second favorite map for immersion's sake and because it's just fun to play on. There's a lot of nice little turret tricks that can take out people who don't understand it, you know. But the Bastion's being destroyed on the ground, which I love Bastion. I mean, he's adorable. I want him to get buffed or changed so that I can play him more viably. The castle's beautiful, the bastions are beautiful, the way everything looks overgrown, and honestly, probably my favorite part of all is how big it is. Like, the immersion's amazing, but the map feels almost like, and forgive me for saying this, a Call of Duty map. I mean, I've played like every Call of Duty. I played a lot of it in ranked. I was diamond in one of the last Call of Duties. Like, honestly, there's so many, I can't remember which one it is. That's how it's gotten. But it feels like a Call of Duty map because there's so many side routes. You can go off to spots that look like they have no purpose, but they're just like nice little offsets that you can like snipe from, or you know, just try to sneak around people. I've never felt like there were so many options on a map. They need to like take that and move it to Hanamura, because my problem with Hanamura is that there's no options. You got a wall with two holes in it. That map is horribly imbalanced. It was one of my favorites, and then once I realized the flaws and started playing with a lot more, you know, good players, I realized how absolutely horrid that map was. Well, it looks good. So I would honestly have to say Eichenwald has become my favorite map of all time. Second now being Volskaya. I saw a Bastion and a Reinhardt. I didn't get to record that one because the game went pretty poorly for the most part, and I was like, I don't know if I want to show it. The team was like very uncoordinated. It wasn't very fun to watch, but it was cool seeing a Bastion and a Reinhardt just like on that map. They literally felt like they fit. It was a great thing. But as you'll see in this video, Hanzo was the character I played because I had been seeing so many people playing Hanzo, and I didn't play Hanzo too much back when he shot trucks. Because, as you know, they reverted his hitbox, as I said in my prior video. They reverted his hitbox, so now it's a giant truck again, with already those huge head hitboxes. So he'll snipe you around corners. I don't know if I have that. That might be in the video. You will see a Hanzo literally shoot 4 feet away from me while I'm behind like a rock, and it kills me. All you can see is the outline of my hair, and then he shoots 4 feet to the right. It kills me. It is so disturbing how easy Hanzo is right now, because they increased his arrow shot speed and his movement while, you know, pulling back, so he's even better close up. Not great, obviously, it's his downfall, but he's even better up close because you can, while you're aiming, you kind of have a little bit more mobility, and the speed of the arrow, as another person here also states, it feels almost like hit scan. The arrow flies so quickly, tossing arrows non-stop, and you don't even have to try to hit. I was shooting into one area and getting tons of kills. I am not good with Hanzo. If I was to put a comparison of what it would look like on the PTR with those buffs and what it would look normally with his current weak hitboxes, I would have gotten 0 kills. I can't play him currently. He's fun, and I actually like the skill difficulty of actually hitting with the arrow rather than hitting the air around you 4 feet away. They do need to buff him. I think that they need to tone down the projectile for him specifically, maybe? And I don't know if they want to tone back the speed of the arrows a little. I'm not sure how to make him viable, honestly, because you have someone like Widowmaker, but even Widowmaker is not really meta viable half the time. because there's just so many strong things, and with D.Va being buffed, it really knocks Hanzo and D.Va down. But Hanzos right now are insane. You have Seagull's Hanzo. You just have a lot of crazy Hanzos. And my entire point was, you really don't have to try to play Hanzo anymore. I don't want to offend anybody, but you don't have to try with how he is in the PTR, and I feel as fun as he is, that takes away from the fun. You don't have to do anything. And honestly, the main question comes here, is he OP how he currently is in the PTR? I would maybe not say he's OP. I still don't think he'll be top pick competitive, but I would definitely say that he has a lower skill ceiling, but he kind of starts out sooner. Genji has a really high skill ceiling, even though they nerfed his skill ceiling down by changing a lot of his tech. He's like pretty good, even if you aren't the best Genji, but you have such a high skill ceiling. Hanzo is the kind of character who he had a fairly decent skill ceiling because of his aiming almost exclusively, but that was it. That was the skill required with Hanzo. You had to aim well. Now, that's not even there. So he's just a good character that, you know, not maybe the best or competitive, but he's a good character that doesn't require much skill. So you're just going to see a Hanzo all the time, especially when you're, you know, playing against people who might not know the game too well. They're just going to be playing nonstop Hanzo and getting free headshots, and it's going to become annoying to people. That's the first problem they had, was people were getting mad about the hitboxes, and they brought it back. And currently where Hanzo's at, there's a chance you could see him in some meta, maybe. Should they change him? I think they need to make some changes. They need to rework him a little bit, because currently where he's at as a character, he only has one thing he can do. He has one option when you're up close, one option when you're far away, and then an ultimate, and then something to track the opponent. Like, he feels like he's really missing out, and the only thing they can seem to buff is make it so he's able to headshot easier and from farther away. And I'm thinking maybe they just need to make it so he has an alternate fire, whereas alternate fire is like a quick, maybe that's what it should be. His alternate fire should be a quicker to charge up shot that like can't headshot, maybe. You know, kind of like how I believe the scatter can't headshot. Maybe what they need to do is make his alt fire like a weaker arrow, but it can't headshot, or make it a weaker arrow and like literally be like half the damage. Because the current problem is, if you just peck out arrows really quickly, you're going to do no damage. Maybe make his no, you couldn't make his fall off worse, because you just have Hanzo's running up at you and spamming it. But I feel like he needs to have some sort of secondary fire, maybe. I think they need to honestly add more secondary fires to a lot of characters, like Bastion, Hanzo. I don't know about the Tracer. Her alternate fire works really well as being her Q. But, I mean, sorry, I have Q set up to be my first ability. I have Q, E, and then R. I think more characters need alternate fires. I feel like it's something not being taken as seriously. I feel like it could really fix a lot of characters. It's a whole skill slot sitting there just waiting. And they need to do something with it. I think that's the only thing to do with Hanzo. Maybe remove the scan move, because his Q scan, or sorry, his first ability scan shot really only helps to set up his ultimate. I mean, it gives some vision, so it can be nice, but it feels like he could have something else, maybe. Or maybe make it so it does more flat damage. I don't know. They gave him they gave him 2 abilities and a main fire, and it gives him nothing but a scatter shot at the ground. And you can hit like a little crease in the ground, like a little slight pavement over brick in the ground, and it instantly shoots sporadically. It's not the most reliable thing in the world. It's easy to aim, but it's not super reliable. So that's going to be it. I'm sorry if this was like very thrown together and very quick. It is Tuesday. I honestly couldn't think much on the idea of a video to make. I was saying to myself I wanted to make an Eichenwald one, but then I played Hanzo, and I'm like, I want to make something on Hanzo, and now I've kind of like found my way in between the two. I don't know, but I did promise I would put out videos every Saturday and Tuesday, and I'm going to keep at it. Give me ideas, please, on what to make videos on. I can make videos on other games. I can give like review-esque things on games, like tell you guys how I feel about other, you know, multiplayer games, other free-to-play games. I can do things on WoW, on Hearthstone. I'm probably going to be doing, talking about Evolve soon, because I've been putting a lot of time into it. I'm in love with Evolve Stage 2, and I want to give you guys my experience with it, going into it. Follow me on Twitter, hit that sub button if you want to hear more of me talking. I don't know why you would. Hit the like button or hit the dislike button. I mean, if you dislike, my only request, you don't have to, obviously. Your only request would be maybe tell me what I did wrong. Tell me how I can improve. Tell me what your favorite map is. You now know mine's Eichenwald and Valskaya Industries. Sorry, I had to do that like 3 times to say that right for some reason. And maybe tell me how you think they could change Hanzo to maybe make him more viable, but not as easy bake oven. But I'll see you all in the next video. Oh, and by the way, the Evolve thing or anything not involving Overwatch will not be part of my Tuesday, Saturday. It would be literally an extra upload. Just informing you all of that, because I know somebody might comment like, wait, you're going to do a Tuesday, Saturday schedule and then use up all your and like not do Overwatch anymore? No. Overwatch will be Tuesday and Saturday, and anything else will just be like randomly thrown in the week. That way, you guys always will have the Overwatch content twice a week, and the rest might be Overwatch or might be something else depending on what I feel like doing, or if I feel like doing videos in general.